Hello and welcome to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where we give you a glimpse into a Troy Chamber member and they share some of their lessons they've learned along the way. Hi everyone, I'm Tara Thompson-Cusack, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined here today by the amazing co-host and lovely
Sheila. Hi everyone.
First, I'd like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. Stay tuned for our very first commercial break where you can learn how you can rely on Trion. So Sheila, we have a great guest today. Who are we meeting with?
All right, everyone, hold on and listen. Today we're meeting with Troy Chamber board member Brad Byrnes. Brad is an innovative entrepreneur known for his remarkable achievements in both real estate and technology. As the driving force behind SunByrnes Properties and Construction, Brad has cultivated a journey marked by ingenuity and commitment to understanding client needs. Brad's early start in the tech industry saw him excel in computer sales and internet services. His entrepreneurial spirit led to the creation of Expert Technologies in 2007, swiftly becoming a premier IT vendor known for unparalleled quality, which translates to his current ventures in real estate, striving for quality service. In 2014, Brad founded SunByrnes Property and Construction, specializing in commercial office buildings. Possessing a realtor's license and building expertise, he expanded into multi-family home construction, a venture he continues to grow. Brad's experience extends to general contracting in both commercial and residential sectors. Oh my God, Brad, I'm going to kill you for all these words.
It's a lot of words.
Brad's success in technology and expertise in real estate defines his leadership. His innovative approach and dedication to quality have positioned SunByrnes Properties and Construction at the forefront of the industry, making him a true leader in excellence. Welcome, Brad.
Glad to be here.
Wow. I mean, when you have a 2-page bio, that tells you how awesome you are. But, first to get things started, Brad, I don't think I've ever heard of a person who's like, I am going to start a tech company. Oh, and now I'm going to also do construction, real estate, and property. I mean, that is two sides of the brain. Like, I've never heard of that. Could you tell us how that journey got started and I guess a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, when I was a young child, I was in teenage years, almost still in high school. I had a real knack for technology, and I really liked technology, and I really liked being an entrepreneur and making money. I always tried.
As a teenager, you'd like to be an entrepreneur.
Yes, I liked to have my own businesses. I would trim people's bushes in the neighborhood. I would, start any kind of business I could to make money. And I found technology and I was really good at it. So I started a business, and I had a friend's dad that had a business and begged him to let me come do the IT services at his business. That was even before like IT was a thing.
Yeah.
I really loved doing that. But then I also kept doing all these other things. And one was also real estate. When I was about 18, 19 years old, I had about 30 some rental houses, all in the most premium neighborhoods,
At 18?
Detroit, Port Huron, Hamtramck, all the great spots at the time.
Yeah.
Then after a couple of years, learning a lot of hard lessons, bought them all the wrong ways, did a lot of the wrong things. I didn't need to focus on one thing. It's one thing I can say is, focusing on one thing and being great at it was the right choice. Mm-hmm. And I did that for a lot of years. And Expert Technologies, my IT company, grew to be a great, successful business. We really focus on quality and high-level customer service. And then later on, kind of decided I needed a hobby, and I bought some office buildings at the right time, right place in like 2014. And then it kind of kept going from there. And I'm like, I want to get back into the multifamily. So I got my builder's license. I'm like, I can't buy them at a right price in this market. So we'll start building them. And I love a good challenge. So,
Brad, we can obviously see that you have the entrepreneurial spirit. What are some lessons you've learned along the way that you can share with some of our entrepreneurs that are listening right now?
I would say the biggest thing that I learned in all the years I've been in business and as an entrepreneur in different businesses is to really try and focus on one thing and be really great at it. And even in that one thing, try and stay, I hate to use the term within your lane, but like whatever lane that, you're in real estate, I've tried a lot of different directions from GCing to building different types of products. As long as you stay within the general directive and have an overall goal, that's really important. Even in my technology business, we stayed within a certain criteria of the kind of services we offer, because if you start broadening it up, you can't be an expert or really great at a lot of things. You can only be great at some things. I used to think I could be the other way, but it doesn't work. And then the other thing is really knowing your client's expectation and what their needs are. And I don't care what you do or what you make, build, sell. If you know what your clients' needs are and how to meet them and deliver on what you say you're going to do, I think that that will lead to a lot of success.
So how do you ask for that? Like, how do you, if you're saying you understand your client's needs, how do you do that? How do you get to know exactly what that is instead of it falling into your lap?
It's just this charming personality I have.
Obvi.
No, no, it's it's really just understanding, and it's hard, and not everybody I think can do that. And that's one of the strange things about me is I'm techie and engineering, but I'm also very personable. So it's also to be able to friend the client, to understand what their needs are and understand their business acumen and what their needs are in their business. When we did IT or even in the real estate, I try not just being that real estate or IT professional for them, but it's also, hey, let me understand other things that are happening in your business so then I can help understand the needs that you might have, what kind of storage space you might need, what kind of entertainment or meeting space you might have, or in the tech side, how can the tech help your business versus just fulfilling the need to send emails and use your, operating software or something.
Going after the big picture instead of just the question.
Correct.
Can I do a follow-up question on that?
Go for that. He's so interested.
Are you ready? You talk about being able to staying in your lane. What happens when you need to move outside of it? How do you find people who can help you that might not be your space, but you need someone in that space? How do you learn to trust someone? How do you build that rapport?
Like on your staff, you mean?
Yes, because sometimes you have to look outside of it.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things is, I, as a young entrepreneur early on, I was everything. I was the guy. Mm-hmm. I was the guy doing all the work, the accounting, all of it. And at some point you have to start to trust other people to, that way you can focus on your directive and what's important to the company, and then find other people that can help embrace that. It takes a lot to be able to, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you want to, have control of your business and your whatever you're doing, to let that go. And it took a lot of years for me to hire different people, and I went through a lot of learning lessons to not letting go. And in my technology business, over the years, in the end, I was doing sales and account related stuff. I didn't get to do any of the fun tech stuff. They actually got mad if I started doing stuff.
I'm like, that sounds like the more fun stuff.
Yeah, and I didn't get to go, like, they hate when I went to like a trade show and I'd be like, oh, look at this shiny product or service we can sell. I could sell the heck out of that. And then I'd come back and they'd be like, no, why did you buy that? So I started to have to rely on letting other people go and make these decisions and letting go, because I found that they're actually skill ability in those areas were better than even mine. So I had to focus on what I was good at. So I would say it's aligning people to work with you on your team that can augment the things that you're not good at. And it's hard to admit those things, and it's hard to acknowledge or even find those people sometimes. So I try to, when I interview people or try to find new, whether it's vendors or teams, players or employees, what can they bring to the table that maybe I can't? And I'm a relationship person. So I look at what can they bring not only on the thing that I'm looking for today, but what are other things that they could help connect me with? Yeah. Maybe, from like, let's say my insurance vendor or bank vendor, I don't need somebody just to fulfill the bucket that they can bring for, let's say, insurance needs or banking needs. Who are they connected with, and what other things can they help to make that relationship a bigger piece?
So it sounds like he's kind of describing chambers. Interesting. As a board member, that makes so much sense. Well, I think this is a good moment to take a quick little break and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. We'll be right back.
I'm Joe Vicari, President and CEO of the Joe Vicari Restaurant Group, which encompasses 24 restaurants throughout the country. Trion's able to provide for our employees health insurance, 401ks, vacation time. All of that helps us compete against larger companies for top talent. Happy employees make for great service, and that's what our restaurants are known for. That's why we rely on Trion. You can always rely on
Trion. Welcome back to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. We are here with Brad Byrnes with SunByrnes Properties and Construction. So, Brad, how do you ensure quality and innovation in your current ventures?
So the quality stems back from that, knowing what the client's expectations are, but then it's also having the right employees and trades and vendors to ensure that quality. and having process and procedures in place to make sure you check all along the way, whatever business it might be. But in the construction, making sure we do our daily checks, or to make sure that the quality is meeting the expectation of ours and the clients. And those are hard to balance, because our expectation might be one thing and the clients might be something completely different.
Well, in the construction industry too, a mistake can be very big.
Yes, or expensive.
Or expensive. That's a better word for it.
I had someone recently not measure a garage door, and the framer framed it as 18 feet wide when your traditional garage door is 16 feet. And when you order a 16-foot garage door and it shows up to install in a new structure and it doesn't fit, well, now it's a $2,000 addition for the oversized door.
It's an automatic dog door.
Yeah,
does that count?
The customer was very happy that they got an 18-foot wide garage door, but it cost us that amount. So little things like that are simple oversights that, something you might not typically pay attention for. So it's really important to watch that. Now, that is definitely on our checklist in our rough opening walkthrough.
To not have a 2-foot gap in a garage.
And no one is perfect or at everything. And it's refining your process continually. I don't care if you're a long-term 100-year business, it's continually watching for ways to improve on your process and your quality. That's how you make sure you meet the clients and your expectations.
Well, and again, mistakes are going to be made. It's just the accountability that goes along with it.
Correct. It's just making sure you're holding your team and yourself and your vendors accountable to coming up so you get an end product that is what everybody expected.
Nice.
Well, and that also lends to customer satisfaction when they see that you can own up to it and you take care of it right away, and it's not even a question. It's like, okay, great.
And that's honestly what gets people to come back to us or refer us more than anything else, is in our industry more than anything, and in both the industries I've been in technology and in real estate, is that customer experience. Mm-hmm. When somebody has a good experience, they are so happy to refer you and explain that. And in my technology business, we were kind of known as the most expensive, but had really great quality. And it's hard, as the salesperson, a lot of times to go and sell that. And it's like, I had to be upfront, like, hey, we're expensive, but the quality, I promise, is going to be phenomenal. You won't be able to leave. And usually most clients, when they came, they realized how great that service was. And the same thing we've tried to implement in the construction, not saying we're most expensive, but we're not cheap by any means, but we bring a lot of quality. We go a lot more steps than most of our competitors to make sure that vision, because the customer comes to the table with this grand, idea, and then
for $1.
Yes, and most vendors that would be quoting or bidding on that would probably have a way lesser toned down, result than what their expectation is. So we try to be as close to that realistic expectation, and sometimes we have to make people understand, hey, to get there, the price is going to be this. That's why the other vendors was like, significantly less, is because you're going to be ended without all this other stuff that you have in the stream that you have. So you either have to understand what you want or
it goes with the you get what you pay for kind of mentality on
Correct.
All right. We've talked about a lot of different things, and it kind of rolls into this question. What advice would you give emerging entrepreneurs who are trying to break into either real estate or IT?
I would.
I guess
you started with a deep breath, and that was awesome.
There's a lot on both of those. On the real estate side, I would say, it's really, I learned a lot of hard lessons early on when I first did real estate. I bought a lot of properties. I followed a DVD collection of real estate education when I was a young child about how to buy real estate. I would tell you it was all the wrong ways. Have equity in the properties. Don't buy investment properties with no money down. You want to buy properties that you're prepared to manage. Everybody, I literally have talked about having my own little TikTok, because everyone talks about real estate being this easy passive, income. Well, I would tell you that it is nowhere near passive. There's no easy in it. There's no easy in any business.
No.
But I would say really focus on trying to, if you're getting into real estate investing, is to buy properties that you understand what you're actually getting into. There is no just quick, easy money, and focus on, the quality of what you deliver, from your customer service, and really just try and stick into one lane. And if you can try different ones, but refine your process to each one first. And, on the technology side, it's evolved so much over the last 10, 15 years, but it's, again, try to find some niche markets, try to focus on, I would say, that customer expectation and high level of, customer service, and really, try and stick with one thing and be good at it.
I love it. Well, speaking of being good at something, I don't know if people really, I know a lot of our members know, but I don't know if everybody knows this, but you are actually the person who built our office. So our brand new, beautiful space.
Gorgeous.
So to get things start a little bit about the space, we're extremely happy customers. We obviously love the space, but let's first tell everyone how much you enjoyed working with the Troy Chamber. No, how wonderful we are. No, just teasing.
No, it was great. It was actually a really great project.
Yeah.
We got to work in the facility of Walsh College. So it was really exciting to tell everybody, yeah, we're doing a GC project in Walsh College. It was definitely something more different than we have gotten into in the past. We've actually now gotten into some other commercial GC projects.
Good.
So it's definitely helped open the door for that. It was exciting. Tara, you reached out and said, hey, we're looking for someone to help, bid our office and do this build out at Walsh College. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll help.
Well, and you also know we trust you. And that's the piece too. I immediately went to you.
Yeah. I thought I was coming just to give you insight and directive, like, while you look through other quotes. And then you're like, well, no, I want you to build it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that. So, we have a really great network of trades. So I was very confident in our ability to execute that. I was super excited to work with Tara. You're very detailed and know exactly, you have that vision of exactly how you picture it. So
I'm not type A at all.
I had to understand, I knew exactly how you visioned it in the end. So I knew all along the way, it's kind of understanding that client's needs. So.
Well, and it's so, we love our space, but it's so exciting because we have people from Walsh even walk through. And then when they come in, they're like, this is spectacular. So it's like you found a way to just make our office kind of fit the flow of Walsh. And I appreciated the fact that you looked at what Walsh looked like, you saw and brought it to the chamber, but still kept the kind of branding of the chamber in the forefront at the same time. So we matched Walsh, but we're still our own entity. And it's just stunning. You did such an amazing job. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, it was really great to be a part of the project. And I'm really glad with how it came out. And
so are we.
Yeah. And I apologize for the amount of times I call you for random things, like when I broke the sink. So
no
I
problem.
fixed it.
You
fixed it and showed me what I did. So thank you. Well, is there any last thing you'd like to leave with us?
No, it was really great being on, and really enjoy being a member and a board member of the chamber. And if anybody's looking for any construction or real estate questions or needs, please give us a call.
And if you give him a call, he may just help you, but then you'll end up working with them. So that's how it worked for us. So that's all we have here today on Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much, Brad, for joining us. To learn more about the Troy Chamber, go to troychamber.com. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. And for upcoming events, we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.